I was on mute that entire time. Well, I'm editing this, so right. So, so what you're gonna do is I'm creating a Wild Mount adventure. I'm gonna edit this. First things first, I'm using the Sly Flourish rules. My method, my approach is I'm not going to use as much mental energy as the book suggests, which means I'm using like 1% of my brain power. And I went to community college, so it's not that much to work with. Uh, so, what I did here is I took the 8 steps, bulleted them out, right? And so, for the first step, review the characters. Since I have none, there is no need to do this part. Uh, the second step is to create a strong start. What I did is I went into the DMG, the long lost and forgotten book. I went to the adventure introduction section, right? In your creating adventures chapter. So in chapter 3, there are roll tables to get you started on creating your own adventure. And it's 12, right? There's 12 options. So instead of picking one and like marinating over which one to pick, I let Google decide and I rolled a d20. I mean, d12. You can easily do this again by Googling roll 1d12. And but we're going to ignore that result because I got a 1 last time and I commit to my natural ones like a boss. And what I got from my 1 was while traveling in the wilderness, the characters fall into a sinkhole that opens beneath their feet, dropping them into the adventure location. Right on. So now I'm thinking about different places in Wildmount this could happen in. Um, Maybe on an island. That feels very like Indiana Jonesy. Maybe in in it just doesn't feel right to happen anywhere else. Ooh, maybe in Isle Cross. Maybe in Zorhaz, home of the Edge Lords. And we'll come back to that later. We don't have to commit to it right now. We're still in the planning phases. Let's outline some potential scenes. Let's see if I can use this for anything. Adventure climax. So I know I can get an adventure climax idea. Adventure villains. That could probably be useful. Wilderness or dungeon goals. Oh, let's do that. Let's roll uh, odds or evens to see if we're going to get a wilderness or adventure, wilderness or dungeon thing, and we're going to go from there. And because that will decide what kind of scenes we can get. So I'm going to roll 1d4. Evens, it goes over to the wilderness. Odds, it goes over to the dungeon. It's wilderness. There's nothing I love more than wilderness adventures. So we have a 20. Let's roll 20. 13. Alright, cool. Pursue fleeing foes, taking refuge in a dungeon. Look at that. I went for a wilderness adventure and I got it. I got a dungeon. I got a dungeon. I'm blessed. Um, cool, cool, cool. So, ooh, that's ugly. So we got a great sort of setup here. Oh, that wasn't the right 13. Obtain information from a reclusive hermit. My joy has turned to shame. Let's do this. So we're obtaining information from a reclusive hermit. Let's get our. Would it be useful to do this? Yeah, let's do this one. We're gonna see what other goals we can get because they inform what scenes we can imagine. So 11, interfere with the operations of a business. I like where this is going. Um, uh, let's see what kind of villain we can generate. What is that? 22. No. Aberration, bent on domination or corruption. That's EZPZ. Alright. We can definitely refer back to this later for Um, let's see the aberrations running a business. Yeah, let's go for that. Allies, patrons, because this can also inform scenes. Um, let's say the patron is D20. Let's roll one. All right. A retired adventurer speaks, gives him a quest. They speak to a retired adventurer. All right. For the quest. Um, and a good climax. D12. 3. The actions of the adventurers or the main villain result in a cataclysmic event that the adventurers must escape. I am okay with this. All right. So that's the climax. That's sort of like in the beginning. They obtain information from they're out to the goal here is to obtain information from a reclusive hermit, and they're interfering with the operations of a business. The villain is a aberration bent on corruption or domination. So obviously he's trying to hold on to his business, maybe. Um, and they fall into the adventuring location. Interesting. This is definitely like they're trying to get information on the reclusive hermit, and it's probably the villain is an aberration. Hmm. They have to get information on the guy, but they end up falling into a hole, exposing the whole thing. I like it. I don't. I feel like I'm being a little too animated, personally. I'm doing it for the video. Um, so now that we have a few scenes listed here, um, let's define a few secrets and clues. But before we go there, I really want to make it clear where this could exist in. And I want to say it's none of these locations. Um, hmm. Underground feels more Zoroastrian. Um, and I like things taking place. It's in the Dwendalian Empire's region. Just a place where you wouldn't expect something like this. It's very normal at first. I don't like him because he does what he does, and then it turns. It becomes this thing like you realize that the guy that you're looking in on is actually corrupt, and he is a problem. Um, let's define some secrets and clues. Secrets and clues. Can I randomly generate some secrets and clues? Can chat give me some secrets and clues? No. Uh, so let's just generate a few ridiculous ones off the top of my head. The former adventurer wants to get into business selling weapons and armor. But his competition is a what's an aberration? There aren't a lot of them really that I can think of off the top of my head. Let's do that. Game rules. I don't really know what the monster types really are, so please bear with me. Let's get Underdark filter. see how many monsters we get from that. That's manageable. Um, and I say we want to take this from 3 to 5. 3, 4, and 5. So it's a beginning, middle, and end situation. And like the monster. Let's see. What's a decent challenge level for 5? What's a decent challenge rating for 5? Uh, I don't care that much. Let's just say 5. Calculator. So Sly has this idea where you take the amount of people in the middle levels, add it up, and divide it in half, and that's the highest the CR can be, right? So let's just say I'm gonna have like maybe 3 players, because like I really can't get a lot of players impromptu. So 5. Let's go for, I don't know, 5 times what I usually get. So let's go to 4. Divided by 2. That's the most we can get, right? So as long as it makes 10, we're solid. So what we're looking at here is we can have like a CR boss level that's 10, which is great. Let's make that max 10. So 10. Um, let's see. I knew an aboleth would be something that I could use. I, I've used them before and I didn't like it. But they are intelligent. A mind flayer, you dog, you. Oh, you. I like it. You Lilithrid. Oh, Lilithrid. Um, let's see. Master of the Mines. Birth of the Colony. Protector. Um, cool. I like the idea of mind flayers. Who are they working with? I mean, they're like a CR8. So maybe an intellect devourer, or at its weakest, they are using Nyogi. What are Nyogi? Alien towers, far flung in the material. Ooh. Oh my gosh. Where are they supposed to be? Hateful slavers and consider most creatures even weaker to be as slaves. A Nyogi looks like an okay. So they are intelligent. Can they be enslaved? Let's have them enslave things. The Nyogi. Um, Nyogi are CR what? 3? Ooh, that's pushing it. And Nyogi hatchlings. I can go with it. So he's using Nyogi to enslave, but his competition is a former selling weapons is another former adventurer. The villain, the former adventurer, is working for an illithid. He, the illithid, is using him, is using the bad adventurer, who will have a name, to get a hold of young, competitive, brash adventurers in order to subjugate them. The illithid draws out creatures from the Underdark to prey and steal. To prey on. Because they like to control things. They like to control people. I think that they would use the Nyogi. Do Nyogi even speak? Do they speak English? Do Neogi speak English? Does it speak a language? Ah, what? That's so ugly. That can speak common. That is nightmare fuel. What is ew? Get it out of my sight. All right. Okay. The Nyogi are using their place as servants to an illithid to survive and get slaves to do their bidding. The Nyogi want slaves to build the Horst, an alien teleportation circle. Nope, can't take that call. I'm streaming. An alien teleportation circle, much like the Stargate. So A, B, C, D, E, F. It's like six. Stargate. What else can we do here? Let's see. That's like six. Let's go with this. Let's go with this. We have the idea, which is basically he's work. Oh, so let's make some connections, right? So the teleportation circle is nearly complete, but it needs something in order to get more objects from space. The Illithid found the Nyogi and has been, under their subjugation. No, that sounds stupid because it went. Is there space for that? Their numbers. Getting heroes and Illithid. Has been indebted to them. The Illithid has a secret hovel, a secret hideaway for humanoids. The Illithid is plotting his freedom, but he's alone. Um, and scared. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J. There we go. We got 10. Let's develop some fantastic locations. The Illithid hideout. The Stargate base. Alright. The Stargate base. I don't know why C's always do that. Teleportation circle. Former adventurers. Wonder Emporium. The current adventurers. Shabby store. I I think that's about it. Like, that's all that's there. Like, we definitely. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. The underground uh, fortress. I guess we'll go with that. Do I want to make it a fortress? I feel like that's adding extra. I'm gonna go with my gut on this. It gives me an idea of what it looks like, but it also doesn't make me feel like you guys should go in there and check it out. Um, but I think that they would make a fortress probably. They're very, but it would look like dung. Looks like um, a huge nest made in mud with entrances and exits in odd uh, locations. It's. I'm trying to think of a color. What's a weird color? Saccharoline. Oh, that feels so gross. All right. All right, let's outline some important NPCs by going to Don John and generating those NPCs. Um, let's get some uh, uh, random. Mm, I don't really like to think about these people too much. The reason why is that sometimes they'll be dead, and now I've been like, oh, I put so much character into them. I ran a one shot 2 days ago where it was like these characters had no personality made up, but I was just like, let's just go with like Torbjorn, and I'm like, where's my turret? And like there you are, like you have a whole personality based around like his objects. Um, so let's. Where is my random NPC? Random N NPC. There we go. Kids these days. Uh, any gender, any race. What? Mira. I can go with that. I can pronounce it. That's the most important part. Um, auburn hair and brown eyes and small ears. She wears worn clothing, carries a used staff. Definitely our old adventurer. Um, oof. Former adventurer struggling to make ends meet. Because nobody believes her. And being an elf means you outlive all of your friends. Alright, let's make that her quote. Uh, the idea of making it a quote means like I have one line that basically says their whole mood. Um, I'll be back is like a quote, like boom, you already know who he is and what he's about. He makes promises, he keeps them. Um, what else? So I need two more. Let's see. Rima, female human alchemist. Smattered hair. She wears expensive clothing, silk. Wow, definitely our competitor. We got him. That was pretty easy. Rima, haunted by memories of a past life. Oh yeah, that totally works. I did it all. And where did it get me? Let's get the Illithid up here. Um, who's gonna be the Illithid? Let's go for a different culture. Um, Sumerian? No, can we get something more ridiculous? Nope. Nope. What's a good alien name? because why not? I'm not gonna, not really gonna try here. Um, Kuzgir, Slagum, Druzgok, Swabazek, Trezebek, Sravromboro, his name is Stux, and he likes to play video games. Yes. Um, let's give him a personality. Uh, Black hair, gray eyes, small scale mail, wields a glaive. Uh, wears fine. Hmm. Nope, won't do. Villain generator. Alright. That's. Oh, yes. That's good. Um, thank you. Alright. Let's give him the Illithid. Let's give him all this. Right? So, let's get rid of this. Because his stats are going to be normal, because I'm not going to make up new stats for him. I just want to run this straight out of the box. Um, Protect. Of his El- Elithocuties. He's got little Elithocuties. Aww. And he's in love with the humanoid adventurer. Oh no! Drama, no! um, I guess. He has no weaknesses. Oh, no. Ooh, romance. Or outlandish, expert carpenter. Choose something all the time. He wants to. Oh, he wants to be her what? He wants to be her husbando. Oh, but he's a single dad. But he's a single dad. Dad. Oh, that's so cute. Um, being evil is tough. Mm-hmm. All right. So we got Thux. We've got Rima. We've got Mira. Secretly loves Thux. Oh, but she can't bear to lose anyone else. Oh no. She's not evil. She's just a slave to powers beyond her control. Let's generate the what does our Nyogi want? Nyogi are lawful evil, so let's develop a lawful I don't like that. Passion. How does that work with lawful? I'll work with it because that's what we do. We just take dirt, we just make it work. Um, so, Nyogi name here. Like, Thux was great, and it's like, what are you? I'm a passionate little spider person. Um, oh, they want to see their family too. Oh my god, because they're from space, he wants to bring all of it here to dominate. Oh, wants to bring his family here to Earth. Oh no, he's alone with just his babies. Babies. He wants his boo. Everyone wants a boo. It's a love story. Can't you see my pain? His method is agricultural devastation. Um, he's drawing adventurers, stealing their magical items and armor, and he has the rest of those items that he finds useless as means to sell and buy more stuff with. Boom. His weakness, he doesn't have one. He's very attached to his Stargate. It's a Stargate. Um, he has a pronounced scar. I don't know, man. Like, when you're that ugly, do you really need an identifying feature? He, is he wearing a sweater? Is that a sweater? He wears a sweater. He wears a sweater. This is dumb, but he wears a sweater because it's cold, and he's cold-blooded. Um, we don't need this because that's we don't care. Expert juggler. I think that's very funny. Makes constant jokes or puns. I think that's kind of fun. Interaction free. He's a family man. He's a classy man. Uh, I love it. Protective and sentimental keepsake. The final, um, the final piece of the door of the Stargate that has coordinates to his home. I'm literally stealing that like one piece of wood from Monsters Inc. It's like, oh, he puts it in, and like, oh, he gets to see Boo, you know. Uh, his secret or deed. Um, he likes to poop. I don't know. He's secret crime or deed. What did he do? Uh, I'll tell you his secret. He's secretly responsible for the death of the other Illithid. He has a secret stash of bones where some of them are Illithid bones. That's a secret. We got ourselves a new secret. Thux is the only survivor of what he remembers as a drow attack. He thinks Driders killed everyone he knew. But it was the, what do you call them? Neogi. The Neogi have a ton of bones that belong to Illithid and other beast types in a secret location. Chosen, not found. For his intellect and ability to be manipulated. Oh, the treachery. They were friends. um, I think that's about it for NPCs. Like, I've got two villains. I've got two people who are fighting against each other. The rest can easily be improvised, but I have an idea, you know? So I'm at a point where I've done uh, one, two, three. I've done six of the eight steps within 30 minutes. Um, and I'm just breezing, super breezing. And you can build something around this somehow. Like, this is just me sort of like trying to see if I can turn this into like maybe a two or three part campaign, but like that doesn't seem likely. Uh, Choose relevant monsters. A Nyogi, duh. Illithid, duh. But also, Rhyme of the Frost Maiden. Rhyme of the Frost Maiden. Oh, don't skip chapter one. Oh my gosh. Um, Illithid. What is the name of them? What are they called? New kind of mind flayer. They're like little babies. Gnome flares. Um, Illithid baby. We're almost done. Oh, just a baby mind flare. You don't know much. Baby mind flare. So we have Neogi, Illithid, Baby Mind Flayer. Maybe let's think of like some other threats. It's not just Neogi, because Neogi, the Illithid, that whole plot is big. But I think what he would do to attract other adventurers, or even to like get them without having their brains sucked, or like uh, what our female character would do, Rima, she would just kill them outright. So she would hire maybe bandits or thugs, bandit company, bandit captain. Maybe underground, the Nyogi have spiders. Um, that's sort of weird. Let's see, what else can we get from the Underdark? Hmm, a cloaker. Intellect devours Grell. Let's make it a zoo. Um, a goth. He looks so shocked. Maybe a mind witness. Um, Nyogi master. A mind witness, a Nyogi master, and a gibbering mouther. Or intellect devourer. Because I think the intellect devourer would make for a great pet for the little baby mind flayers. And I think what would make it really weird is he totally aware of who he used to be and doesn't inhabit without consent. I guess. I guess. Um, so spiders that guard the underground. Um, Gibbering mouther. That seems weird. Like, why? Hmm, it's a possibility. I could use it. I do. I just like the idea of the gibbering mouther. It's just a lot to look at. Select magic item awards. Um, they tell you. Maybe you should check in with your players on this. I don't care. Uh, so, since we're going to be in Exandria, I think a good idea would be to go for something from Wildemount. Oh, we can even bring a monster from Wildemount into this. So, let's get a monster and a treasure. But also, let's open up this book. the book of all the information you need for how do I give out magic items, awarding magic items. I use this as my uh, key for how I give out magic items. Uh, it's a way to hold myself accountable. That way I can say, like, I gave them this item, but um, I don't feel comfortable with it, but I'm totally fine because this is the rubric that I hold myself accountable to. So uh, they're going to be five. We're going to be three to level four. So three to five, actually. So this, this is good. Two uncommon items per player. Ah, we can do that. What's an uncommon item from? Let's get items. You get real good with this after a while. Let's get some items. Magic items. Uh, let's specify. Explorer's Guide to Wild Mounts. Let's maybe get in some Xanathars as well. And Dungeon Master's Guide. And let's. Yes. Um, specify to uncommon. See what we get. Too much. Okay. Uh, let's filter that to the stuff that I actually want. Because, like, if I specify specifically to Wild Mount, it's like, oh, it makes such a big improvement on what I was thinking about. So, what I can give my players is, of course, an adventurer would have this Amulet of the Drunkard. It never gives me what I want. Alright, Amulet of the Drunkard. Let's get Brooch of Living Essence. What does that do? Dust of Deliciousness. Why not reward a critical role fan with something that's definitely screaming critical role? Um, so that's two. We're almost done. We're almost at the 1 hour mark. Um, one rare. Huh. Let's go for a rare. Uh, Potion of Maximum Power. Um, Jim Henson. I love it. Um, let's go more generic now. Um, let's see what we can get here. And we're not going to allow attunement to get in the way. Unless it's. Ugh. Let's get rid of attunement. I guess it helps. Um, Players tend to like useful things. So let's get them any rings. Maybe. Rings out of the way. Um, Weapons are always an easy pick. Um, Boomerang always comes back. Dagger of Venom, Giant Slayer. Weapon of certain death? My gosh. No, it's very situational. Dagger of Venom. I love it. We're just loading this thing up. Full of treasure. Full of goodies. Full of deliciousness. Because, like, who's going to be upset that, like, there's too much treasure in this adventure? Calm it down. You're spoiling me. Please. I need an adult. I can't handle all this wealth. This adventurer privilege. Alright. So let's get how many uncommon items? How many uncommon items? Two. Bag of tricks. Everybody loves a bag of holding, but no one ever gets it. But a broom of flying, that's definitely a callback. Cloak of the Manta, Drift Globe. Let's see what they do. Because I like the idea of a Drift Globe. Just never really. What does it do? In the Underdark, of course. Of course, it's under heavy scrutiny. Let's just do one of those. What's the next one? Lastly, six uncommon items. And this is the part where I typically get a little cheap. You want a little baby common item. Here we go. Little punk. Little punk baby. Little punk baby. Little punk baby items. Coin of delving, potion of climbing, potion of healing, prosthetic limb, spell scrolls. You're gonna get a You're gonna find a lot of dead adventurers missing a couple of parts. I'm gonna be so shocked. Like that's in the thing. Yeah, it's there. Um, Coin of delving. I can do with that. I like that. Coin of delving. And I'm not really looking at like, oh, what does it do? It's cool enough. One, two. Let's get. This is three. Let's get a fourth one. See how clever they get. Spell scroll. Uh, First level. I really don't care. Um, Potion of healing. Let's do two. Two eggs. Let's be crazy. And I think that's 2d4. Boom, bum, ba bum, bum. So, what do we have here? 2d4 plus 2? Yeah. Yeah, let's just do that. Oh, crap. It froze. Oh. Alright. Hello, everybody in the chat. Hope you're having fun. Um, Intellect Devourer. Of course. But that's it. It's like we basically have the idea. Oh, ho, 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 ho. This isn't it. I've got 6 minutes to do this one. Oh, let's. I got 6 minutes. Let's figure out where the adventure takes place, and that's it. I wish it didn't take an hour, but I was just didn't feel like an hour. It felt like maybe 30 minutes, maybe 45 minutes. Um, let's see. Let's let the dice decide. Um, So I'm going to decide this, is I'm going to use the character generation to determine where in this area would this happen. So character options, Heroic Chronicle. This is risky. Um, it's either in, it's 40, so it's roll 1d20. We'll see what happens. Oh, we could. How do you get 1 through 40? Here's what we can do. Random number between 1 and 30. I'm going to change it to 1 and 40. So here's another way. So the reason why I'm doing this is I know 1 through 21, 22 through 40. In this area, that's where I'm going to get, oh no, 22 through 40, 22 through 72 is like what? 7, 5, 50? It's 50. So I need a number between 1 and 50, essentially. And then I'm going to add that number to 22, 21. So I'm going to randomly generate a number between 1 and 50. Where is generate? 33 plus 21 is 54. Wow. So where does it take place? 54 takes place in Zemni Fields. Where in the Zemni Fields? Home settlement. 4 minutes to go. Roll 1d100. $59. 59. Syndrome. Okay. That's gonna be really rough. But I can work with that. I can figure out what Reich syndrome can do for me. But yeah, that's it. I have basically created this outline and I'm ready to go. I'm gonna try to make it visible in the doodly-doo down below for anyone who wants to see the fruits of my labor. So yeah, I'm gonna run this adventure maybe next Friday. I'm gonna recruit people and I'm gonna build off of this. This was fun. It's a lot of laughs. It's not a one-shot opening adventure. And maybe next time we do this, I'll make another sort of episode thing, describing where I want to take this, and then create a not one shot, but a background thing. Sly Flourish always does these session zero documents. So let's see if I can give you an example of one. Oh, his Rime of the Frostman one is amazing. One page Frostman handouts. So this is what he does. He gives this to these players, and this is everything that they need to read, to know what's happening in the world, what they're doing in the world, what kind of characters that they should make, and what sort of things that they can expect from him as a dungeon master and from the game. So I think that's really valuable. I've been trying to copy your style, young man. But yeah, this is it. I'll be putting the PDF in the thing and doobly-doo in a little bit. But I had a great time. This was fun. Peace.